Hi everybody, my name's Sophie and I'm a psychological wellbeing practitioner. I work with Talking Change, who are the primary care mental health service for Portsmouth, and I'm just making a video today to show you how to use our online referral form that we have added to our brand new website. It's really quick and easy to use, but I will take you through that. So the first thing that we want to do is load up the new website, which is www.talkingchange.nhs.uk. And this is the first screen that you will be met with. You can see there's loads of information on here. There's a bit where you can go and get more information about the different struggles that we can help support you with, different therapies that we offer in the service, and some encouragements and feedback from people who have been through the service and know what it was like. There's also a section to show you the partnerships we're working with in and around the city, our research team, and news within the service. So do have a look through that as well. We've got social media handles here on the sides. We've got Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. And down here you will see that there is an option to select a different language. We know Portsmouth is such a multicultural city, so there are a lot of different versions here. Okay, so let's get started. The first thing you want to do is click on to this little button up here that says refer. Once we've done that, you will see this page here, which has a little bit more information about those who are eligible to refer and those who might need a different service. So I think it's quite important to go through that first. So we do remind you that Talking Change is not an emergency mental health service. So we offer short-term therapies for mild to moderate mental health difficulties. If you find you are in crisis, feeling very vulnerable, there is a link here you can click on, and that tells you where to go to get urgent help. Okay, we can only offer support for people over the age of 16. So again, if you are under 16 and you feel as though you need some support with your mental health, we ask you to go to your GP and ask them to make a referral to the local services for children and young people. And one other thing is that you need to be living in Portsmouth at the time and to be registered with a GP within the city. Okay, so after reading all of that, you want to click on this button here, Start Self-Referral, and a new tab will open up for you. So this new tab is the referral form, and it is just a scroll through screen. You don't need to click on next or sort of continue buttons. Okay, so again, recap of who we are able to support, and it does tell you that it takes up to about 10 minutes to complete, so really nice and quick. Also, just to note, if you're a health or social care professional and you're wanting to make a referral on behalf of somebody else, then please do use the separate assisted referral form. Okay, so first few questions are checking that eligibility that we just went through, so whether or not you need emergency support, whether you're 16 or over, and whether you are registered with a GP in the city. Okay. And first thing we ask from you is just to give a brief summary of what it is that you are hoping to get some support with. So here it's asking what is the main priority for you. So we've got a drop down here, and we've listed some of the really common things people come to us for support with. So symptoms of depression, feeling really stressed, worrying about lots of different things, panic attacks, loss, bereavement, struggling with expressing anger. If you look through these and you feel it doesn't quite fit with what you've been experiencing, there are options here for you to put it's something else if it's not something that's covered, or if you're not entirely sure, you can put I'm not sure. Okay, then asks about your physical health. So whether or not you've got any long-term physical health conditions. So again, some examples of common ones, but if your condition is not listed here, you can click other and write it in the box there. And we also ask if you would like some support with employment. So this could be adjustments and disputes in the workplace, it could be retaining work, or it could be getting new form of employment after being unemployed for a short or a long time. Okay, so then we get on to about you. So title, yeah, how you would describe your gender identity, date of birth, address, your personal details are there. Just like to make a note of, if you do prefer not to say on some of those more sensitive gender questions, you can click that option there as well. Then we need to know how to contact you. So this is quite in depth actually, to ask you for your mobile number, a landline if you have one, but we need to know whether or not we have your permission to leave you a voicemail or to send you a text message. We understand that some people who are perhaps in shared accommodation or in difficult relationships may have preferences over those things. So certainly take a look at those and check that those are right for you. A little bit more information about how we send through our questionnaires to you. So our questionnaires really help us to understand the level of symptoms that you're experiencing and the impact that that's having on your life at the moment. So we often email them to you before your appointments. So we need to know whether or not we can do that. And whether or not you're happy for us to email other things to you, but particularly anything containing personal identifiable information. Really important that we have your consent on that. Okay. Emergency contact number. Really important. Ideally someone who lives by you, and I think it's always a good thing to make people aware that you put them down as your emergency contact as well. Okay, additional details. So we have questions about ethnicity, religion, sexual orientation. Again, if I just show you on this drop down, we have a list of different ethnicities there, but there are options at the bottom, either other if your ethnicity is not listed, or if you prefer not to say, and also if you're unsure and it's not known. Okay, and again, those options of prefer not to say, not known, other are here as well. Okay. Really, really important. Question about your GP practice. Additional information about you, whether or not you are an armed forces veteran, whether or not you're pregnant or have a child under the age of 12 months. And then accessibility questions. So whether or not you need sign language or an interpreter or anything else that we can help with to make your referral easier and to make your experience with us more comfortable. Okay. Last thing on the referral form, we ask for your consent. This is all to do with research that we might do. As you saw, there was that little research tab at the top of the homepage. So we do loads and loads of research to help to support you, help to improve the service, and help to contribute to the wider sort of body of research out there as well on mental health. So we ask for your consent to share any information, and make sure you read that carefully, just to know that we will never share anything without your consent. And we also have a newsletter that you can opt in to receive. It gives you loads of information about our projects, our wellbeing workshops, any other free support that you can get. any changes that we make to the service. And where did you hear about Talking Change? A little drop down list here. If you're watching this, you can put YouTube, but whatever it is that you heard about this, okay? Make sure that you check everything. So important. Make sure you go through, make sure your contact details are right. Tick this little box to show that you are not a robot, and click submit. And that is all done. Should take you a lot quicker than what it just took for us to go through it together, because obviously I'm trying to explain things. But once you hit submit, that will go through to our admin team, and you will expect to receive either a phone call, an email, or a text message, depending on what permissions you gave earlier in the form. And someone will be in contact with you to book an initial telephone assessment. Okay, so I carry out a lot of these assessments every day, and the purpose of them is to get an understanding of the difficulties that you're experiencing recently, and to think about whether or not we're the best service to support you with them at the moment, or whether it might be another service in the city that's maybe a better place to do that, and also to think about the treatment options, if it sounds like it's something that we can help with. All right, I hope this has been helpful. I hope that you've been able to find your way through the new website. I will put links with our contact number in the comments as well. All right, thank you. Take care.